Okie dokie, boys and girls. We all have those days, right? That we would rather stay in bed for a few hours instead of training, right? For me, it's one of those days, I felt tired waking up. I really would enjoy some extra time in my bed. I really would prefer to not work out. But am I gonna? Yes, I'm gonna. Of course I'm gonna work out. I mean, on these tired days, right? On the days you're tired, that's when it matters. You've heard it before and it sounds corny, but it is true, I mean, even on the tired days, there's so much stuff that you have going for you. And I think when you're just starting out, it's kind of difficult to wrap your head around, like, why the hell would I train when I'm tired? And it's one of those things that, you have to train for a while, you have to do it for a while to know why you are doing it. So, in the beginning, I think consistency is the most difficult part, right? For me, it's already easy because, I know that there are benefits to training. So even when I'm tired, somewhere in my head, of course, I don't want to train, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna get benefits from it. But if you're a beginner, right, you haven't had those benefits yet. So why would you train, right? And that's why I would just recommend in the beginning, like, to make consistency the most important PR you have. Commit to 30 days of training. It doesn't have to be every day, right? But let's say commit to 4 weeks of training twice a week, right? And do it no matter what. There's gonna be days that you don't want to do it, but I guarantee at the end of those 4 weeks of training twice, 3 times a week, I guarantee you're gonna have become a bit stronger. You're gonna have a bit more cardio if you did running, right? You're gonna have benefits. You're gonna see that training will benefit you. But most important of all, you're gonna have some mental benefit as well. Because holy shit, you just completed 4 weeks of training, even though there were some days you didn't want to do it, right? And that in itself is so rewarding. Like, for me, I have been training every day. I looked it up this morning. 215 days every day. I have been running 325 days every day, right? Am I gonna, just let that go because I want to be in bed for a little bit longer because work is busy and I'm not getting as much sleep every day as I would like? Of course not. Even though, if I took a rest day and slept more instead, physically it might be, leading to great gains, right? Scientifically, hypertrophy through the roof. But mentally is also an aspect you have to look at, right? You have to look at the mental aspect. If I quit training and running every day, right? If I quit my consistency PR today because I felt a little bit tired, what the fuck would that be, right? That would lead to an infinite downward spiral of not fucking training, of finding excuses. But if you just do your training, right? Shut up and train. I mean, it's not that serious, but, right, if you train anyway, those mental gains, those kind of sacrifices you make, they're gonna lead to something. Those are gains as well. Like in the future, when you're training and you're digging deep for, let's say, a set of squats, right? Who's gonna push it harder? The guy who skipped his training every time he didn't feel like it, or the guy who did it anyway? One guy doesn't take it as serious as the other one. If you've been doing consistent training, making sacrifices, you have that mental advantage, thinking in your head, oh fuck, I have to push this set, I didn't come this far just to fuck around with this set, right? You have kind of the mental advantage in that way. So today I didn't feel like it. I wanted to stay in bed, but it's Nordic curls and it's squats and an 8 kilometer run. So let's get after it. And by the way, the moment you decide to go after it, the moment you decide to get out of bed and train anyway, that's when good stuff starts happening. Today, it's not even a PR. I guess it kinda is. I got out of my house, started running. Within the first 200 meters, I saw 4 kitty cats. 4 cats, I went out of my house, didn't even start running cat. I started running. 5 seconds later, 2 cats playing with each other. What the fuck? I mean, it's not even a training PR, but you just, when you decide to get out of bed and do something, things will fall into place. Good things will happen. So let's get after it today, and I'll see you when I get home for leg training. Okie dokie, running done. Time to hit some legs. Exercise number 1 is Nordic curl holds. And if you recall, last training we did 20 seconds on the unassisted Nordic curl hold, which I call mission accomplished. Now I'm gonna increase the difficulty and basically start from 5 seconds or something again. And how can you increase the difficulty on something that's already, fully maxed out, the full Nordic curl, right? How can you increase the difficulty? Basically, all you have to do in these exercises, it's for plank, it's for front lever, it's for the Nordic curl, is you have to make the lever either longer or heavier. And in my case, I'm gonna make the lever a bit heavier at the end by not putting my hands to the side, but by putting them behind my head, because then the weight of my arms goes from here to here, which is, further out from the point of force, aka a heavier lever. So I don't know how many seconds I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm aiming for at least 5. It's so freaking difficult. Alright, let's do 2 more sets.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick ass boy! Damn!
Alrighty, so 3 sets of holds done. Now I'm gonna move on to some finisher sets, or maybe even singular finisher set, because I kind of want to try and see if I can do Nordic curls again in the next training, right? In 3 days. Normally I only do it every 6 days, but lately I've been feeling good. I feel like I can move up to, a bit more training frequency, basically. So I'm gonna reduce the volume, not do multiple training sets or multiple finisher sets. Instead, I'm just gonna do 1 horsecock balls to the wall finisher set, starting from unassisted Nordics, if possible, right? We'll see. Wrist pause, drops it. So normally I would do a second set, but now, let's just end it here on a big fucking success. 4 Nordic curls as a second exercise, and it's like the first Nordic curls I've done in ages. This is fucking insane. Alrighty, so to the guy who commented that I should do 2 reps on the original no hand push-up video that I made, there you go, buddy. 4 reps, how is that? Although I did promise 20, so that's on its way. I'm gonna keep training and get 20 reps of those no hand push-ups, aka the Nordic curl eventually. If you wanna get big horsecock strong hamstrings, Nordic curls, give them a go. Even if you're like more of a gym guy, the Nordic curls are just such a great exercise for the hamstring. I would like if bench is the chest exercise, right? The main exercise for chest, then like the Nordic curl is the main exercise for hamstring, like the ultimate exercise, so to speak. But anyway, now moving on to some pistol squats. I'm gonna do post squats today with 36 kilos, which is big because I failed this exact weight 6 days ago, right? 6 days ago, I tried to do post squat with 36 kilos and I failed. I've been squatting every day since, doing post squats, and I am hoping that I can do 36 for at least 3, but ideally up to 5 reps, that would be great. So I'm gonna do a quick warm up here and then go on to the main weight of the day. Yes! From 0 to 3 reps. I'm gonna rest up and do another set. Okay, nope. Fucking hell. Alright, needless to say, I am very happy with these past pistol squats. Of course, I failed the second set of 3 reps, but still got 2, and that's infinitely more than last time. So I really can't complain here. So Next time, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll try like 40 kilos in post squat or 36 kilos for like 5 reps. But that's not going to be next training. That's going to be the training after that. So in 3 days, I'm just going to do some heavier stuff unpaused because it's been a while. And then after that, back to post squats. And basically, just, it's the same old story, right? Trying to PR on previous stuff, trying to better yourself, trying to go a little bit harder than last time, as Greg Doucette would say, right? So very happy with today's post squats. Now I'm going to move on to some bodyweight squats. And the difference between 36 kilos and bodyweight is immense. But, these bodyweight squats, really, I just do kind of as a recovery / stretching exercise because I'm squatting every day, right? Every day I wake up, I do post squats with 30 kilos, I go to bed, or before I go to bed, I do it again with 30 kilos. And every time I basically train, it's very low rep. So I'll be doing sets of 2 reps or 3 reps, right? At least I don't go often above 5. So I'm doing a lot of low rep stuff. And, basically to keep my body recovered, I need to get some blood flowing as well, which is very limited if you're doing short sets. It takes a while for the blood to get to the muscle. And that's why these bodyweight sets, right? A bit higher rep or a bit more time under tension, right? They will get the blood flowing. And at the same time, I can do post squats on the bodyweight things and basically use it as a stretching exercise. Like for me, at the moment, mobility is a very important factor that I have to train to be able to access my power to squat bigger weights. And I really feel like squatting every day has given me more access to my mobility already in only 1 week, right? So I'm going to keep doing this. A couple of sets of post squats. Like my trainings have been looking quite the same lately when it comes to leg day, but it's working so well, so I really don't feel like changing it, right? I say this, like, if you don't see results, don't expect the same results if you're baking, or expect the same results if you're doing the same things over and over again, right? The same recipe for a cake is gonna come out the same time, the same way every time. So if you're not getting results, you have to switch up your training. But at the same time, if you are getting results, right, your cake recipe is working. It's a delicious cake. So why not keep baking it? That's the kind of the situation I'm in at the moment. But of course, getting a little stronger each time. So even if it's the same menu, the training is different. So let's get on with these bodyweight pause pistol squats. 8 reps or something, 8 to 10. Let's see. Alrighty, pistol squats done. Legs pumped to shit. Basically only one thing left, and that's some extra mobility work. The progress has been great lately, so I really want to just keep being consistent with the stretching stuff, right? With the deep lunges, the mobility things. They're not as exciting to me, but if I can stay consistent with the stuff I like, the pistol squats, the planche, the front lever, so on, then I should also be able to be consistent with the stuff that's maybe not as exciting, but equally as important, the accessories for the planche, the stretching exercises, whatever, right? It's kind of like your mom telling you, you can only have dessert if you can eat your food as well, if you can eat your vegetables as well. So kind of the same situation here. And let's listen to mom's advice, right? So, another successful leg day workout. Let me see if I can get a bit better lighting. But, let's say that today I stayed in bed and didn't train, right? How fucking awful would that have been? I wouldn't have gotten Nordic curl PRs. I wouldn't have gotten pistol squat PRs. I mean, guys, 99.999%. It's better to get out of bed and train anyway. And the only reason I say 99.999 and not 100% is the same reason that toothpaste companies say that 99.999% of bacteria are killed. They don't want any lawsuits, right? But in reality, you can safely assume that it's 100%. I mean, if you are the main character in your movie, right? What's gonna be the coolest storyline? You staying in bed, because you're a bit tired, or you going out there and getting after it anyway, right? David Goggins style. I mean, the answer is simple, right? Likewise, if you're gonna tell your grandkids a story, which story would you rather tell? Back in the day, grandpa stayed in bed to get an extra hour of sleep instead of training, Back in my day, that's not something that you want to tell, right? You want to say to your grandkids, back in my day, even when I was tired, I was training, benching 405, doing planche, doing pistol squats, going out for a run. That's the kind of stuff that you want to tell to your kids and your grandkids. And basically, if you think about it that way, you kind of know what actions you have to take. And don't get it twisted. I am not saying that you have to neglect recovery. In fact, recovery is very important. But, in some cases, there is no other way around it. In some cases, you are busy the entire day and you just can't get enough sleep, right? That's how life is. On the other hand, if you woke up this morning tired because you were scrolling Instagram and Reels and YouTube yesterday until 2 in the morning, right? And then you tell yourself, yeah, I'm gonna train anyway, right? And you have a shit training. Guess what? That's not cool because you just brought it upon yourself. You could have gone to bed at 10 p.m. Instead, you were on your phone for 4 hours and then you're acting cool that you're training when you're tired. Well, it's easy to get tired, right? If you're fucking neglecting your sleep, right? Do the most you can for your recovery. In some scenarios, it's not gonna happen. That's okay. Then you train anyway. But that should be the exception, right? In most cases, 90% of the time at least, you should have enough sleep. You should, or 100% of the time, you should watch your sleep. You should all the time, right? Do what you can to get the maximum amount of recovery. And when it's not possible, then it's not possible. Then you have the exception that you're gonna train when you're tired anyway. But that should be the exception, right? Don't be training tired because you're scrolling on TikTok, right? Instead, don't scroll TikTok until that late in the night and get enough sleep and be energized for your training. That's gonna get you way better results, right? If you're talking about training even when tired because of the mental benefits, you're not gonna get the mental benefits of training when you're tired if you were scrolling your phone until midnight, right? The day before. That's not kind of how it works. So that's it about today's yap. Very successful training. I'm gonna have some breakfast, have a shower, and see you tomorrow for planche training.